please.
All right, Gary, I'll just need your okay right here, and we'll get your new Mazda ready for delivery.
Well, we didn't really talk about my trade.
We'll buy it for $9,000.
9,000. I went on Kelley Blue Book and it was like 15 and a change.
I understand. You know, Kelley Blue Book's business model is to attract customers to their site in order to drive advertising revenues. They're not really experts in what a car is worth. They sort of ballpark you. They probably had you click, you know, year, model, make, trim level, and that was about it, correct?
Yeah.
Throw in the miles. Well, what we do is we take a good hard look at the vehicle and we base it on what the market will bear for it. So I'll need your okay right there.
Yeah, there's no way. Am I complaining or am I?
Okay, I thought I was. Now you're objecting.
Okay, now I'm objecting.
Now you're objecting.
No, I feel this is just completely wrong. $9,000. I'm expecting, you know, 15.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
$6,000.
Gary, I understand, and I don't blame you a bit. Oftentimes people are a bit shocked about what their car is really worth. Not a problem. Other than the value of your trade, though, everything else is fine. Nothing else would stop you from taking delivery, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I love that car.
All right, look, I don't know where you got the $15,000 number.
Kelley Blue Book.
Okay. Well, it's you know what? There's nothing actually wrong with that number. We're hoping it can be worth close to that. Make no mistake about that, because when we buy a car, we don't buy it to keep it. We buy it to resell it. All right. So we've offered $9,000. That looks to be about a $6,000 difference, which is a huge number. Make no mistake about that. Gary, I don't know if it can be worth $15,000. I know it can be worth a lot more than $9,000. Okay, I completely agree. But the question becomes, who is going to make it worth, you know, 14, 14.5, 13.5, you know, whatever the market will bear. And if it makes sense for you to invest in this vehicle in order to make it worth that, I'll help you do it. But I want to line it out for you so you can take a look and make the best decision for you. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in order to get top dollar for this vehicle, it's going to have to be in, you know, top-notch condition. Now, you've got a few dings and dents, but you know what? Everybody in the city of Los Angeles has got a few dings and dents. Do you have any idea what it costs to take one of those dings or dents out, if it can be taken out by the paintless dent repair process?
Oh, you know, like $20 a dent or something.
Okay. Well, a lot of people think that. It's closer to 75. All right? So if you've got 10, and I'm sure you've got a minimum of 10 if we count both sides, that's $750 that it will cost just to take the dings and dents out. Now, you might ask the question, why do we need to take the dings and dents out? Well, it's a good question. Reason being is the number one reason someone buys a used car is because it looks good. Okay? So anybody that is going to put this up for sale, whether it's us or you, is going to want to make sure it looks really, really good. Now, keys. I asked you a question earlier today. I said, how many keys to the Sorento do you have? And you said 1. And I said, Don, that's too bad. We didn't really elaborate, but the reason I said it's too bad is those keys are anywhere between $300 and $400 to replace. They've got computer chips in them, they have to be reprogrammed, and they're quite frankly very expensive. So if it takes $300 to replace that key, that's what one of us is going to have to do, because when someone buys a pre-owned vehicle, they're going to want at least 2 keys. Okay? Again, we're asking them to pay top dollar. They're going to want to get everything that top dollar brings. Now, you told me you've got 2 dogs, and you told me at one time you smoked. Now, at one time I've smoked, and I've got 2 dogs too, so I'm all in on all of that. However, there's lots of people that aren't in on all of that. As a matter of fact, lots of people won't buy a car that's been smoked in. Lots of people won't buy a car that's you know, has got dog smell. Now, we're going to do our best to clean this car up. A normal detail on an SUV is about $250. When you've got a vehicle that's been carrying dogs and been smoked in, it probably bumps it up to $400. All right? Now, your tires, are just about shot. And I told you earlier that you were smart not to replace the tires before you traded it because you'd never gotten your money out of it. We buy about 1,000 tires a month. We're going to get them cheaper than you could. But last time you put tires on it, how much did you spend?
Like 200.
Okay, we're probably going to spend about $1.75, so that'd be $700 in tires. Okay, now, you told me that you'd hit a light pole and, banged up your front left quarter panel and your door, driver's side door just a bit. It was about a $3,000 insurance claim, right?
Yes, that's what I said.
And it looks good.
Good.
Looks really good. The problem is, the Carfax report shows an accident, comma, minor, which is good and not so good. It'd be better if it didn't show any accident at all, but it shows an accident and a minor accident. Do you know how much that will depreciate? Well, as a matter of fact, you should have probably gotten a depreciation check from your insurance company. Do you remember getting one of those? Diminished value is what they call it. Did they give you a check for the diminished value?
Is this a real thing?
Yeah, it is a real thing.
No, I did not.
Okay. In the future, anytime you have an accident, whether it's your fault or somebody else's, the insurance company will pay certainly to have the vehicle repaired, but they also have an obligation. But it's not mandatory unless you ask for it. They have an obligation to provide you a check for the diminished value of the vehicle. In your case, that diminished value would probably be close to $1,500, about half of what the repair was. All right, now, do me a favor, add this up if you would. No, you don't have a calculator, do you? Let's do it together. We've got 0, we've got 5, we've got 12, 7, 19, 26. We've got about $3,650 right there. $1,500 I'm going to subtract out because that's what the insurance company didn't pay you. That's $2,100 at a minimum that someone would have to spend on your vehicle in order to get it to the point where it could be marketed, and then let's say you ask $15,000 for it. Gary, we asked $41,000 for our vehicle. Did you offer me $41,000?
No.
Nobody ever offers anybody what they're asking for their vehicle, do they?
I guess not.
No. Well, let me ask you a question. If you ask $14,500 for your vehicle after spending $2,100 on it, what do you think someone might offer you?
14.
The answer is we don't know, okay? But I can tell you this, after you had it on the market for a couple months, and you had a number of people say that they loved it and they did offer you $14,000, but they never came back and paid you because that's exactly what happens, and someone came up to you with $13,000 in cash, which is $4,000 more than we can pay you for it, is there a chance that you might take that $13,000?
Yes.
Okay. That would be a beautiful thing. But if you take the $9,000 that we're willing to buy your car for, and you add the $3,650, okay, between additional expenses and the depreciation because of the accident, that's $12,650, which is exactly $350 more if you got 13 for it, then we're willing to pay you. Is it worth $350 to do all that, Gary? Or would it just make more sense to okay this right here so you can take your new Mazda home?
I mean, me? No.
Okay.